Thank you very much for those words of introduction. Actually, I'm feeling very happy here and very comfortable. I like heat and warm conditions. And I do believe, and I'm sure that you'll agree with me, that this is a wonderful setting. I would like to thank our Moroccan friends for the warm welcome. And it's certainly a privilege to be here, so thank you very much. Well, to answer your question, the European Central Bank has always been very firm as regards the rules for the stability and for growth, and the pact that has been struck in Europe, and particularly in the Eurozone. Well, these are very, very important rules, and they have to be abided by at all costs. As you know, dear Thierry, I've had to explain this in detail in my own country, and when we're in a single currency zone, and that there's no political federation, that there's no fiscal policy that is united as such, you have to have rules that govern monitoring and behavior in terms of fiscal policies within the single currency zone. And it was not obvious. I can tell you that we had difficulties for several years. We had to maintain this monitoring framework or oversight framework to make sure that everybody actually behaved as was expected. In 2004-2005, the 2 or 3 largest countries of the Eurozone were actually against this. They wanted to change the rules of the game. Then the crisis occurred that you referred to a few moments ago, and that has struck different countries differently with varying intensity, and since September of 2008 has been particularly dire, actually revealed a number of things, revealed fiscal weaknesses and budgetary weaknesses throughout the world. One of the paradoxes that I'd like to mention in the Eurozone is that when you strengthen your budgetary positions or fiscal positions, you find yourself in a position that is much better in terms of consolidated yearly shortfall than that of other major industrialized countries. You may not know this, but I would like to indicate that we're in a far better position in terms of the consolidated yearly shortfall, the 16 countries of the Eurozone, than are the United States, for instance, or Japan, for that matter. Just to quote 2 major industrial countries. And looking at the large number of advanced economies in the Eurozone and taking into account a number of shortcomings, not so much in the pact, the stability of the pact itself, but more as regards its application, its implementation, we have found ourselves in a rather difficult situation. So this is a wonderful lesson. And many lessons can be drawn from this experience. The developing countries and emerging economies, of course, have a lot to learn as well, because this is a real-size test. Europe also has a lot to learn from this crisis, from this stress test that it has carried out, and the Eurozone and Europe as a whole can draw many lessons from this crisis. As regards to the European Central Bank, we are very keen to strengthen in a significant manner the way Europe works, the governance throughout Europe. A quantum leap is necessary. This is what we want to achieve in terms of fiscal and monetary policy, and Van Rompuy, that is one of his priorities, and the Commission has made a number of proposals in this respect to significantly improve governance from the fiscal point of view or budgetary point of view. And both the Council and the Commission agree with this and agree with the fact that we need to set up an oversight mechanism that is able to work in much greater detail to survey what is happening from the macroeconomic point of view, from the point of view of competition within the Eurozone, and from the imbalances that we currently see as regards the current balance of payment and the deficits that can occur within the Eurozone. So as regards the future governance of Europe, of the 27 countries that make up the European Union and the Eurozone, which is a single currency zone without being a federation, a political federation, what we say is that it is necessary to strengthen significantly this governance. And in the speech that I made a little earlier during the plenary session, and I was given 10 minutes, so it's very difficult in 10 minutes to explain clearly what I wanted to say for lack of time. Although I did overshoot slightly, I think I spoke for 14 minutes. But we do believe, and this is something that I would like to stress, we believe that it is necessary to go further, even further than what the Commission has suggested, taking into account the lessons that have been drawn from the current situation and our experiences. We need to be more courageous, more bold, and the Commission has made a number of proposals, and of course we're going to have discussions with the Parliament, with the Council. We will see whether a consensus can appear with President Rompuy in particular, and next Monday I will be able to say that we're continuing in the same direction, that we want to pursue these efforts without changing the treaty, and we talk about secondary legislation. We do believe that it is necessary to go as far as possible within the treaty to use all of the secondary legislation as regards the strengthening of fiscal oversight and the creation of sanctions in the case of imbalances that might occur, both external and internal.